Hi, today we will present results of our investigation about best test management tools. In our video, we will take a closer look at the 10 most popular testing and developing services, taking into consideration the following main criteria. Test management system, create and manage projects, members. Test planning opportunity, creating test plans, test cases, test scenarios, or user stories. Test run availability, creating test runs, managing members of the testing process, usability and efficiency. Making test reports on work quality and quantity. Task management tool, the bug tracker availability and its speed. Using additional features, import, export, integration with other systems, crash analytics, and so on. We have conducted our own research about modern test management tools, not without using Google and few other tools. As a result, we have come up with the following list of services for testing such as TestRail, TestLink, Jira with Zephyr, PractiTest, QTest, TestCollab, TestLodge, QA Coverage, TestCaseLab, and EasyQA. Let's review functionality of each of them. TestRail, made by Gurok Software Company, was the first tool which our team used for planning and testing. The company has created a range of test tools, but the most successful product is TestRail. The tool has a user-friendly interface, intuitively comprehensible buttons arrangement, and carefully elaborated system of switching between features. Using TestRail, you are able to write test cases, execute testing based on created test scenarios, create a bug and upload it to integrated bug trackers such as Jira, GitHub, UTrack and others, make comprehensible and informative reports, and to customize the system to your needs using the Open TestRail API. TestLink is one open source project in the list of known test management tools, and that's why it takes the second place on our list. It has a simple interface and technical design with no frills. In spite of some difficulties with installing, it is used by many development teams and QA engineers. Testing lifecycle begins with creating a project, adding members and assign them roles. It is quite the same as in other development tools. Several more features. Create and describe the requirements of your product. Create test cases on the basis of these requirements. Group your test cases in a test plan. Cover the client's requirements or your own with test cases. Select a person for testing. Receive the report once the test run is over. TestLink does not have its own bug tracker, but it successfully integrates with other similar systems for issue tracking. Jira and Zephyr. Many IT developers know that Jira is mainly a bug tracker, aiming to control development process with tasks, bugs, and other types of agile cards. Zephyr is one of the many Jira's plugins extending Jira's capacities. If you use a combination of those two, you will get a full service according to the functionality of test management tools mentioned in the beginning of the article, such as you are able to create test cases, plan test cycle for selected project, execute testing by choosing status of test case, analyze test summary via test matrix which contains daily test execution, progress test execution by test cycle, by tester, and by data. If a test product behaves wrong, you can immediately create a bug. PractiTest is the next on our list of 10 best test management tools. It is a cloud-based service. The user is able to create a test library, describe different types of test cases, write test scenarios, support user stories with this service, describe and upload the requirements for the product being developed, create a test set, assign it to a tester, and appoint exact dates of testing, and finally to report a defect, an enhancement, or a task. PractiTest integrates with some of the same systems such as Jira, Pivotal Tracker, Redmine, and others. If you have some automation tests working with Selenium or Jenkins, this test management tool is able to work with them too, just by using API. Another tool we have tried is QTest by QA Symphony Company. The project aims to help not only the testers but the entire team during the development. Many QTest users consider its interface to be simple and user-friendly. There are the following functions among the main ones, such as test plan creating, when, how, what scenarios, and who will test the functionality, describing, importing and exporting requirements, different variants of reports for these requirements, test design, describing main test cases, grouping and filtering them by different parameters, test execution and reporting, we can test and report results. Qtest has its own bug tracker. As other systems, this product integrates with similar services. The next product in our test management tools list is Test Collab. It is the service that assists all the team to develop qualitative products effectively. As in previous systems, you can execute the following actions, such as create test cases, group them in milestones, execute testing based on written test cases, make reports, view info about the number of created and passed test cases, and review info about added bugs. Here you can get information on quality in the form of success rate, depicting how good is your product. Furthermore, there is a spend time functionality which helps rating how much efforts each team member has contributed. If you are looking for unusual solution and design in our list of test management tools, you should try TestLodge. The standard set of functionality by default combines with non-standard button arrangement and a wide spectrum of customization functions. As in other systems, you have an opportunity to create a test plan, describe the product requirements, group test cases into test suites, and conduct testing with test run. This service allows customizing not only the standard fields concerning test cases and test runs, it gives the opportunity to create roles for project users. You can also create custom fields for test plan, requirements, test cases, and test runs. In addition, you will always be in the loop on the project overview and activity page. You have to pay the fee not for the number of members, but for the number of test cases written and passed. Let's have a look at QA Coverage. It's a test management platform to manage and control software test life cycles. The service contains the standard set of functions such as describing of product requirements, writing test cases, grouping and setting them, testing execution, and reporting module. Except for above-mentioned features, QA Coverage has a few more. It has its own bug tracker defect module. Using the service, there is no need to integrate with other systems to create issues. In addition, the developers have paid a great attention on customizing of all forms and parameters, making an entire menu tab called Form Builder. If you don't use certain fields for creating a test case or a defect, the admin can make separate forms for each project. The next on our list is Test Case Lab, the quality assurance service for creating test plans, describing test cases, and test executing. These are the main following features of the product. You should start with creating a project. You can invite members, appoint them roles, project admin or project member, create test cases with different types, group them into test plans, execute testing using test runs. A great attention is paid on test cases export from CSV files. Test Case Lab offers its own format of such file for import, which is a nice test case example for beginners. The service integrates with the following bug trackers: Redmine, Jira, and Pivotal. If you need a system all-in-one, not to waste time on looking for plugins or studying AP to customize other services, you can use EasyQA. This service contains the essential for development team and QA engineers functionality, such as create and manage organizations, invite members and assign them common roles, manage projects despite the product platform, create test plans, write test cases. You can structure them with a few useful parameters, execute testing, an extremely flexible test run process with an opportunity to immediately create issues, report results, a customized bug tracker. A simple agile board contains a few columns and parameters. Furthermore, EasyQA has a great advantage: EasyQA SDK. Our library is able to catch and send crashes to dashboard. It allows taking screenshots, recording video, reporting bugs, and sending all this to our bug tracker from the phone. One more EasyK advantage is test object sharing. Now you can share the link to your test object from our service. There is no need to use other services or plugins. To sum up, all the systems mentioned above are worth your attention. Choose the one you like the most and make your interesting and well-worked ideas come true.